Live interactive Weather Authority coverage, sponsored by Rennie's, for your next Maine adventure, will begin shortly.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage, sponsored by Rennie's, starts right now.
Well, happy Monday, everybody. Hopefully you had a good weekend. We're coming off of course, a very active weekend in terms of our weather, and today, not exactly calm either. We're seeing a lot of wind out there, and that's going to continue to be the case throughout the day. So thanks for joining, everybody. Of course, we're taking a look, as we do every Monday, at the upcoming week's forecast here. And we do have a much quieter and overall a much drier week in store for us, but again, we got to get through this wind today before we can see some calmer weather finally arriving as we head later on into this week. So again, thanks for joining, everybody, and good morning to you. Hopefully you're not dealing with any damage from yesterday's storm. Hopefully you avoided the worst of the coastal flooding as well. Of course, quite the active day out there yesterday, and today's certainly very active. We are also seeing very windy conditions out there. Winds are gusting up over 30 miles per hour. They'll continue to remain very gusty all through the day today, not looking very calm or comfortable for our Monday. So here's what we're looking ahead to, or what we saw as we started off this month. We saw a very active start to the month of March. March 1st through 10th in Portland. The first 10 days of the month were the wettest first 10 days of March we've ever seen in Portland. We just came off of getting 6 inches or more than 6 inches of rain in the first 10 days of the month. Very, very impressive, especially considering how February was one of the driest Februaries that we've seen on record. So very wet start to the month. And we also notched a new top 10 coastal flood events. Amazing that we've gotten 3 in just 60 days. Really impressive. Of course, we had the #1 all-time coastal flood back with that storm in January. That was 3 days after the #4 all-time coastal flood back on January 10th. And then yesterday, of course, March 10th, we got the 8th largest coastal flood on record in Portland. So yeah, quite the start to the month. Hopefully you didn't get too much damage yesterday. It didn't look like it was as bad as the January storms, but still really wild to see that we got 3 storms like that all at the beginning of the month, or beginning of the year. We've never seen anything like that before in such close succession within 60 days. Again, we saw 3 top 10 coastal flood events. But again, we're going to see much quieter weather today. There is the threat of a little bit more coastal flooding, but it does not look overall as bad. But the big story today, I think, is very windy conditions. You'll see some flurries, maybe a snow shower around at times, but largely just cloudy and very windy out there. High temperatures right around 40, but with that strong wind, it will be feeling a whole lot chillier than that, keeping us feeling more like the 20s and 30s out there. We also have a coastal flood advisory. High tide today is at 12:33 p.m. this afternoon, and we could see some minor coastal flooding. Does not look anything like yesterday, but again, along the Portland coastline, Cumberland County through Casco Bay, all the way down to the York County coastline, places like Higgins Beach, Scarborough, Wells, Ogunquit, all could see some very minor splashover and some minor coastal flooding here with the high tide. Again, we're in the king tide right now, so that is why we saw the coastal flooding yesterday, and why we do have the risk of seeing some more of it out there for today. Just minor flooding possible. Not expecting anything really major with that. But again, water levels will be elevated along our coastline once again for today. But the big story, I think, is the wind out there today. Very windy for our Monday. We've got a wind advisory that goes until 2 a.m. on Tuesday. Could see gusts up to 55 miles per hour. There could also be some scattered power outages out there. So unfortunately, don't be shocked if you do end up losing power later on today, at least briefly, again, as those winds are looking very, very strong all through the day. So let's track out those winds. Yeah, they're going to be very strong. We could see gusts approaching 55 miles per hour at times for this afternoon, easily above 40 miles per hour. And again, that's why we do have that risk of seeing some scattered outages. Winds do die down a bit as we head into tonight and tomorrow. Not quite as windy for Tuesday, but still a breezy day is expected for tomorrow as those winds do gradually die down. Still pretty breezy though through our Tuesday. We got to wait till midweek, it looks like, to finally see some improvements to our forecast. But again, we could also see some snow. It looks like the mountains are going to keep these snow chance around all through the day. Higher elevations of the mountains, ski resorts and mountains getting more snow up to 8 inches. So in the ski resorts or up in the higher elevations of the mountains, they will be getting more snow through the day today, and up to 8 inches of fresh snow could fall out there today. So great news for the ski resorts. There may be some spots up in the mountains that end up with 20 inches of snowfall from yesterday and today combined. So finally, a nice March miracle for us here, a nice boost to our snow totals here as we head through the month of March up in the mountains. So some good news there in terms of winter snowfall in the mountains at the very least. We'll keep the ski season going, it looks like, into the rest of the month and through the rest of the month of March. But like I mentioned, we're going to have to wait till midweek to really see some nicer weather. Sunshine returns by the time we get to Tuesday. Quiet weather returns on Wednesday, and we have to wait till the end of the week, it looks like, to get our next rain chance. That doesn't really look to happen until Friday. That's our next more widespread rain chance. That will continue into the weekend. The weekend does look a bit more active with more rain chances. So yeah, again, we are going to see a much quieter week overall than what we saw out there last week, not looking anywhere near as wet. So our first rain and snow chance of the upcoming week is going to be Thursday. There may be a brief shower out there on Thursday. Otherwise, this is not looking like it will be a big deal. Mostly dry until Friday. Now, Friday does bring our next rain or snow chance heading into the afternoon. There may be some wet snow mixing in by Friday night. Doesn't look like we'll see a whole lot of that, but there could be at least some wet snow out there. Largely, this looks like mostly rain outside of the mountains here Friday night into Saturday. Now that system moves on out. Looks like our next one gets going as we head into Sunday. As of now, also looking pretty similar. Rain, maybe some wet snow, but shouldn't be too big of a deal here. None of these storms late this weekend into the weekend look like they will have too much of an impact. They don't look like a major storm. Just looks like we will see some rain and snow out there. So let's talk about our 7-day forecast here. You can see the sunshine does return tomorrow, but we've got to wait till Wednesday to see the winds lightening up. Wednesday's my pick of the week, upper 40s. Let me put a banner in here. Is the pick of the week. There we go. I can spell, I promise. All right. Like I mentioned, Wednesday is the pick of the week. It looks like the nicest weather. Upper 40s, some 50s, good amount of sunshine, no chance of rain and light winds. Thursday's also nice, but there is a chance of a shower, and Friday does look wetter by the afternoon, and that continues into Saturday. Notice though, not a single day where we're truly cold all this week. Only today is chilly, and again, that's mainly just because of the wind. Actual temperatures are not all that cold out there today. Similar story inland. Wednesday is the pick of the week, looking great in the low 50s, even some mid 50s not out of the question. Chances for showers do return late this week. Friday night into Saturday could even bring us a little bit of wet snow in spots, but not looking like it will be anything too major. Yeah, we certainly do. We need the sun and the wind. Mud season has been rough. Yeah, definitely a rough start to mud season. Looks like we're going to get that, buddy, through at least Wednesday. Probably Thursday is dry as well before the rain returns late this week. So let's hope that all of our muddy driveways, our muddy trails around the area, they get the chance to dry out here over the next few days. It looks like they do, but of course, the dryness, not super long-lived. It does look like we are going to see wet weather returning late this week into the weekend. Snow could be a part of that. No, not high confidence in that at this point, but hopefully as the week goes by, we'll get a better depiction of what we are expecting here as we head into the weekend. So hopefully everyone has a nice day. Again, we are dealing with lots of wind out there today. Not a very nice Monday, so a great day to spend the day indoors. Wednesday. By Wednesday, it looks much nicer. And again, that's going to be our pick of the week on Wednesday when we see the nicest weather of the entire week. So I'm going to wrap things up now, you guys. Thankfully, much quieter forecast here through the rest of this week. We've got to wait till the end of the week to see some rain chances. Stay safe in the wind today. Make sure you secure those trash cans. Otherwise, they are going to be blowing around in the wind out there today. So again, stay warm, stay cozy out there. It's going to be a cold and blustery one to start off the week. We'll see much nicer weather, it looks like, by the end of the week. So have a great rest of your Monday, everybody, and stay nice and warm.
Live, interactive CBS 13 and Fox 23 Weather Authority coverage for your next Maine adventure has been sponsored by Rennie's.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Make sure to stay connected with CBS 13 and Fox 23 on air, online, and through these social channels.